retirement calculation, we need to think about our current income and how much income we want in retirement. So we need to make some adjustments. The first adjustment we should consider is inflation. Prices will be higher in the future, so we need to adjust for that. The other thing we need to adjust for is our current level of spending. Possibly in retirement, you want to spend a little bit more. Certainly, if you're young, your current income is not what you'd like to retire on. If you're older and maybe earning a lot of money at an executive position, maybe you can afford to earn a little bit less in retirement, so we need to make some adjustments. The first thing we should always do is draw a picture so we know what we're discussing. In this case, we know money is in the vertical axis and time is across the horizontal axis. What we're trying to do is go from now, let's say you're 35, to retirement, let's say 65, to an age at which we want to present our money or calculate our money as running out. So we're going to use 95 for that, but we want to leave a little cushion. So we start with wherever we are in net worth today. We run up to an amount for our retirement, and then we want to spend it slowly over time. Then we want to leave a little bit of an estate or a cushion so we don't run out of money. So to calculate your amount of money you need to have saved while you're working so you can live on it while you're retired, you need to figure out how much money you need in retirement. This amount is adjusted by the two factors I said earlier, inflation and, of course, your standard of living. So we take our current income and we adjust plus or minus depending on what factors we're looking at. So if you want a little bit more than you're making now, you wouldn't adjust forward. If you want a little bit less or you can afford less, you want to adjust a little bit back. And so what we're going to do this calculation multiple times to see what actually works, but we need to start somewhere. So let's start right now with a $5,000 a month income, and we're going to subtract out $1,500 because our house payment in retirement won't be there. We'll have our house paid off. So we don't need the $1,500 a month. We could live our same standard of living by just taking out the house payment. So that's $3,500 a month, and if we multiply that by 12, we find that we need $42,000 a year. Doesn't sound like very much money, but $42,000 a year gives you a lifestyle minus your house payment of $5,000 a month now. So what we're trying to calculate is if this is how much money we need today, how much money do we need in the future? Well, this is a simple time value of money calculation. If we need $42,000 today, we compound it forward by the rate of inflation. How much will we need 30 years from now? That's simple. We do N, I, PV, PMT, and FV. The N is the 30 years, so N is 30. Now, I is the inflation rate, so you're going to have to guess at future inflation. You can obviously do this multiple times. So we want to start with a number that we think is possible, maybe even high. We're going to use 4%, hopefully high. But we could use other numbers, and you should do this calculation with low inflation and high inflation so you get a range of possibilities. Our present value is the $42,000 that we spend currently. There is no additional payment, and we're looking for our future value. To calculate this, we simply pull out our calculator and our time value of money. We hit clear, second clear time value of money register, and we enter 30N, 42,000 PV, 4I, 0 payment, and we hit compute future value, and we end up with $136,222. So $42,000 today is $136,222 30 years from now. So you could look at this several ways. One is if you earn $42,000 a year today, you're going to be earning $136,222 30 years from now if inflation on average is 4% or your wages increase 4%. Also, the way you could look at it is that if you spend $42,000 today, you're going to have $136,000 a year in income 30 years from now if prices go up 4%. So what we've done is take our standard of living today and adjust it forward to the standard of living we need in the future. This will give us an amount we need to withdraw every year as we go forward to fund our retirement. So do this calculation several different times so you get a range of different inflation rates going forward. And of course, you can adjust your income. If you think the number is too high, adjust your income down a little bit and live a little bit less in retirement. Or if you'd like to live a larger retirement and you want to see if you can save more for it, then you can adjust the number up. So these are projections, and usually you want to run several sets of numbers here. But this is how you do the calculation. Start with the time to retirement. You can also adjust that, of course. You could want an early retirement and have 25 years to retirement, or you could retire later and have 35 years to retirement, or any number that fits your situation. You can do different inflation rates. You can do different present values or present standards of living. The payment's always going to be zero, and then calculate various future values of how much money per year you'll need in retirement. So run different scenarios and see what fits best with you.